registered? How many teams?
Yeah, we have about 80 teams, 80, and
Okay.
yeah, so it's about 400 people, 400 students.
Sir, your voice is a bit low.
Yeah, so I've connected through
Because of the
mobile. I
mic.
have to ask audio access there. So
Sanjay sir, this is Ranjita here. There are almost 89 registrations till yesterday, sir. Total of 89 registrations, team registrations. Good morning, everyone. So we'll be starting in 2 minutes.
has our chief guest joined, Pradeep? Yes, I can see Mr. Pradeep Karani there in the thing. So
Imtiaz sir, can you please make Pradeep Karni sir as co-host?
Oh, I see. Good morning, everyone. Is everyone able to hear me?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, good morning, everyone here. I hope everyone's having a pleasant morning.
yes, good morning.
Uh, So a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and participants, faculty members present here virtually for the Hackathon Hack for Happiness organized by Dayanand Sagar University in association with BITES, Board of IT Education Standards. My name is Srishti Ranjan and I'm going to be your host for today. So we use prayer when we need something, but praying is also for giving thanks for all your blessings. Once you replace all the negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. I now invite Ms. Ramya to invoke God's blessing through a prayer song. Ramya?
Good morning all. Let's play the Almighty. ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ पाशाङ्कुशधर मूषिकवाहन सर्पालङ्कृतने गणाधिप पाशाङ्कुशधर मूषिकवाहन सर्पालङ्कृतने गणाधिप आदिपूजित नीनु वेदवन्दित नीनु आदिपूजित नीनु वेदवन्दित नीनु मोदक प्रिय नीनु गणाधिप मोदक प्रिय नीनु गणाधिप शरणु निनगे शरणु विनायक गिरिजासुतनिगे घरिकेय सलिसुवे परिहरिसु पाप गणाधिप गिरिजासुतनिगे घरिकेय सलिसुवे परिहरिसु पाप गणाधिप रक्तवर्णनु नीनु लंबोधर नीनु रक्तवर्णनु नीनु लंबोधर नीनु रक्षिसु कापाडु गणाधिप रक्षिसु कापाडु गणाधिप शरणु निनगे शरणु विनायक विनायक विद्यादायक देव विनायक विद्यादायक देव शरणु निनगे शरणु विनायक शरणु निनगे शरणु विनायक Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramya. That was a delightful prayer. It's a nice way to start an auspicious morning, is it not? Well, today we have with us our Dean SOE, DSU, Dr. Srinivas A. Sir, I would now like to request you to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much, Srishti. I consider this a great privilege and honor to welcome all our guests and invitees for the Hack4Happiness Hackathon. Till recently, we had a slogan, publish or perish. But as far as students are concerned, it is today hack or perish. I think hacking has become a part of academics today, and it's so important. I'm very happy that Dayanand Sagar and BITES have joined together to host this Hack4Happiness Hackathon. And to start with, I happened to go through the the achievements of Mr. Pradeep Karani, the Senior Vice President Devices, Engineering Geo. I can say it's very apt for this occasion to have Mr. Pradeep Karani as the chief guest for this inauguration of the hackathon. And the kind of patents that he has published in wireless mobile networks are amazing. I am really happy that a person of this stature is there to motivate our students. Sir, it's a great honor to have you on this occasion. Thank you so much for making your time to be with us for this inauguration. Thank you so much. We have our Vice Chancellor of DSU and Chairman of BITES, Professor K.N.B. Murthy. And needless to say, after he has joined DSU and of course as a part of the BITES, there are so many high impact and high quality activities that are being generated, and it is continuously being benefited by all our students. Sir, it's a great privilege for me to welcome you for this occasion. Thank you for being with us for the inauguration, sir. I take pleasure in welcoming Sri M.N. Vidyashankar, IAS, former Principal Secretary, Government of Karnataka. He is the co-chairman of BITES, man of eminence, principles. I think it's a real pleasure if you have an occasion to meet him and talk to him. You will see what kind of personality he is. Sir, we are very grateful to you for your presence for this inauguration. Thank you so much, sir. I also take pleasure in welcoming our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Janardhan, our Registrar of DSU, Professor Putmadappa, for giving all the motivation and of course encouraging us to conduct such programs. I have pleasure in inaugurating Professor Sanjay Chitnis, who is spearheading this activity. He is the chairman for the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And sir, I know how much of effort it is to put together such a great program. So it really, thank you so much for making this happen at DSU. I have pleasure in welcoming all my colleagues, guests, and also especially the participants today. I think Hackathon has become a new norm today, and it has become a platform to learn, apart from technical things, how to coordinate, how to get results in a very short time, and of course, how to work together as a team. This has become a new norm today. So participants, very happy that you have registered, and I'm sure you have some exciting things to turn out at the end of 2 days. And I welcome one and all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for always supporting and guiding us through all the events at DSU. A warm welcome to you as well, sir. So today we have with us our chief guest, Mr. Pradeep Karani, Senior Vice President, Device Engineering, Reliance Zero. I would now request Dr. Sanjay Chitnis, Chairman of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, DSU, Dayanand Sagar University, to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Pradeep Karani, to the audience.
Thank you, Srishti. It is really my honor to welcome Mr. Pradeep Karani. He is the top technocrat today in India, right? We all talk about Make in India, and he's the one who has made that happen at really grand scale. You may be aware that he has led the design of Jio's own 130 million devices, right? Many of you may be using Jio phone. So that provides phone connectivity and other services like smart homes, IoT, and now even Jio payments. So all these things has been done under the guidance of Mr. Pradeep Karani. So you may be wondering how to make your project work like that, right? So he has made this particular excellent device, which is with international competition, work for 130 million users. He has also been instrumental in enabling 300+ million 4G smartphones to work seamlessly with the Jio network, right? So it's not just Jio phones, but phones of all kinds of vendors. They should work properly. So he has been instrumental in that. Prior to Jio, Pradeep served on global R&D leadership roles at Motorola mobile devices, Motorola software, semiconductors, and cellular networks. In fact, that was my privilege to have worked with him in Motorola. So he started his career with CDOT, where he was designing hardware and writing code for large wireline switches. So he has 7 patents and 2 innovation awards to his credit, right? So just to summarize, we have really very good person which you can look forward to, who will inspire all the students who are now starting their career, maybe with little bit of hardware and coding, programming, etc. And you have a long way to go to reach the heights of Mr. Pradeep Karani. So I'm sure with this particular event, you will not only generate some happiness around in the community, but also get some inspiration to take your career forward. So thank you again. Over to Srishti.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm really sure Mr. Pradeep Karani, sir, is going to be an inspiration to all the young minds that is present here. Mr. Pradeep Karani, sir, I was wondering if you could say a few words to our young minds here.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me here. Dr. Sanjay Chitnis, Dr. Srinivas, the Dean of the College, the University, Dr. Murthy, Vice Chancellor. I looked at what all you all have achieved. It looks amazing in terms of what DSU is doing, along with Bytes, creating this kind of program. Even I was just stunned, actually, to be honest. We didn't have this kind of great bringing together of things at that time. I was only wishing, oh, if we had this at our times, it would have been really wonderful for us as well. So all of you are benefiting from that with the depth of all the knowledge and the abilities of being provided by the professors. Also my salutations to the other dignitaries here, Mr. Vidya Shankar, Professor Janardhan. So this is really very good, and most of all, participants taking interest in doing these things in the industry will be extremely useful. And as Professor earlier said, publish or perish, hack or perish are really the future of the industry. So if you think really about it, the industry really has a huge appetite for talent, huge, mega, I would say mega appetite for talent. I mean, today, the situation is such that if you say, I have an idea to produce oxygen in Mars, people will sit and listen to it and say, why not? 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when we started, people wanted engineers who will make things work, right? You're a good guy, come over, make things work. And after some time, people said, that's not just enough. You should know now maybe to make solutions, new solutions to problems, right? And now a lot of that is even transforming further into, we would like engineers and other professionals to actually create new markets. And that's a huge transition and a huge demand. So the industry has a huge appetite, I would say, for all of us. And this today's situation is so conducive to that. And a lot of people are looking for even ideas to help ideas grow. So you are all in a great time, I would say, even though the pandemic is around, but still things are going to be even better as we go along. So when you do think about creating markets, when you do think about making solutions, I would say, please think about making products for India. India is a huge market. Indian market is also very demanding. It has to be very affordable. Products have to be very affordable, but not cheap, right? India is not, going to say that, I want a cheap product. The quality has to be high, the features have to be there, and yet it must be affordable. And that may mean, for example, if you have today, you had a vacuum cleaner at home, which would go self-organize and clean your home. That's, if you look in the market, it's 15,000, 30,000 rupees. Maybe think about what can I do, or what can we do to create one which is at 1/10 the cost, right? And it may look impossible, but you start to get in that direction and say, okay, this is affordability. And if we make such thought processes and if we make such things happen in the market, new markets open and new innovations are possible. I mean, you might think this is not possible, but think about it. A few years ago, there was a product called Mitti Cool. Mitti Cool meaning a refrigerator made out of clay. And that is an innovative product. It still sells at 2,000, 3,000 rupees. It stores your food for a few days. That may be good for some markets, although you could call it grassroots level, but it still is useful in terms of creating a new market. So if you keep thinking about cost also as a layer of innovation on top of what you are doing, I think you will develop the knack for continuously working on cost. And as Dr. Sanjay was saying, when you look at both hardware, software, mechanics, it may mean that you have to cross collaborate between mechanical engineers for the plastics, the outfit or metals, and then you have electrical engineering to make the circuits, and then the software side of it. So all of that has to really come together at the right cost. And so all in all, I think this is a great time to be in the industry. You have everybody looking at in positive manner for the idea. So there's no great time. I mean, I think we could all collectively call it as sort of a very pleasant Rangabhumi, right? A Rangabhumi is what? A platform for you to show arts, skillful arts. And industry today is really a large Rangabhumi. It's a fertile playground. I'm sure the professors will agree with me if I say 20 years ago, this was just not the case. And you would even find it hard to even get money to even start something like this. As much as it is a great Rangabhumi to start with, I would say, please also think about the industry and the market as a Ranabhumi, because it is a battlefield out there. And if you step out of the house, there is real battles going on for dominance in the market. And that angle, many times engineers, we ignore it, but that is a market, that is a art of Ranabhumi, well studied by people. So if we simply go out and try to fight in this market with our hands, the opposite side has machine guns, I mean, not in the literal sense, but because they have studied the market, they have studied the competition, and they actually deal with it as a battlefield. Old books like The Prince, written by Machiavelli, people read it even today and say, how can we create new things? And he, for example, he says, one of the most difficult things to do is to create something transformational and new, because even within your own camp, people will say, why should we do it? It's already been done, or it will not work. And there's a lot of resistance even from the people around, because it's not going, because they are already invested in existing products and existing ideas. So it has to be looked on both as a Rangabhumi and as a Ranabhumi. So then you can really build, and the Ranbhumi is real, it is intense, it's 24/7, it's unpredictable, attacked on your side, you can attack as well, it's counter attack. When you look at all of that and build your solutions, and then you become sort of very capable to look at new markets. And I think as engineers, a lot of that expectation is going to be around in the market. And with that, I would really say, this is a great initiative. Dayanand Sagar University is doing really good in providing this kind of platform, collaborating with Bytes, and the professors really are top notch in terms of understanding what the industry wants and what you all can do to meet it. And I think that's a great happy meeting point for you all to really put your best out there, pour your hearts out, and then get into this fantastic area of one that is both a Rangabhumi and a Ranbhumi, and play around in that space. With that, thank you very much for having me, and it's been a real pleasure to share this platform with the professors and you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. I'm sure we have a lot to take away from your words here. So we also have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chairman of Bytes, Dr. K.N.B. Murthy. Sir, I now request you to deliver a few words.
Thank you. Good morning. The chief guest of today's inaugural function, Mr. Pradeep, Professor A. Srinivas, the Dean of School of Engineering, Professor Sanjay Chitnis, the Chairperson of the Computer Science and Engineering of Dayanand Sagar University. I have a dual role to play now. I have to speak on behalf of Bytes, because I'm the chairman of Bytes, and also I'm the Vice Chancellor of Dayanand Sagar University. I think I may have to say a few words about Dayanand Sagar University as well. I'm extremely happy that an event of this nature has been organized jointly by two institutions, Dayanand Sagar University and Bytes. I had a chat with Sanjay about a month and a half back to find out, can we do something which will help the students to put in their best efforts to do an activity like this. First, let me tell you briefly about Bytes. Bytes is a organization started in the year 2000. It's called Board for IT Education Standards. The idea is to improve the employability of the IT graduates. That's the basic motivation of starting Bytes. And also, there is a standards opportunity. We look at the curriculum and curriculum design, the standards that are being used in the IT curriculum. I'm extremely happy that the Bytes has completed its 20 years of service. It started with an initial grant from the government and using only the proceeds and continue to do several activities. I took over as the chairman of Bytes in the year 2017, and we have been conducting lots of activities, reaching out to more number of students and ensuring that the employability component of IT graduates is addressed through our activities. We conduct several activities, which includes the quiz competition, IT quiz competition, jointly with TCS. We also conduct an annual event of student project awards, jointly with the Accelerator. We conduct annual conventions in the month of November on topics of relevance and several other activities, the Best PhDs awards, etc. Bytes overall conducts activities for all the stakeholders, one at the institution level for making progress and ensuring that there will be offering the education, IT education, in line with the requirements. We also do activities for faculty, students, non-teaching staff, and other stakeholders in general. I'm extremely happy that Dayanand Sagar University has gladly agreed to host an activity like this with Bytes. Coming to the Dayanand Sagar University, is a state private university. Started its academic programs in the year 2015. And we have programs in medicine, engineering, management, science, arts, commerce, pharmacy, healthcare, several others. I think more or less it's a university in the true sense. And possibly it is one of the progressive and proactive universities in the state of Karnataka. The way Dayanand Sagar University thinks and does activities is far different from all the other universities. And possibly in the next few years, Dayanand Sagar University will be seen as a university with a difference, because we are trying to bring in lots of academic reforms which will more or less address the requirements of the 21st century. And possibly, you know, the 21st century requirements are far different from what we were doing in the past. And one of the critical things in the 21st century is that we need to ensure that the students are imparted with skills which are relevant for handling the problems of the 21st century. What are those skills? The first set of skills are normally referred to as the learning skills. Learning skills are nothing but the 4 C's which are critical. That is the communication, the collaboration, the critical thinking, and the creativity. These are the 4 important C's which a student must acquire to handle the kind of things in the 21st century. The second is IM, which is normally the literacy skills, where people need to know how the information is stored and where it's stored. Both that's critical. IM is the media and the storage of information, retrieval information, that becomes critical. The third is the what are called life skills, which we normally call the flexibility, the leadership, the initiative, the productivity, the social skills, and several others. I'm extremely happy that Diane Service is aware of all these things, are trying to fine-tune all its components, all its offerings around this 21st century kind of things, and keeping in mind the kind of thing that were done in the ancient Indian education system, where India was considered to be the best in offering higher education. Possible Dynasty is trying to do all of them. And I'm extremely happy this event is happening at a time which is critical. I was just going through the information given in the leaflet, where it's been mentioned among 156 countries, India stands at 133rd as far as happiness is concerned. Now it has become 140. It means the happiness index is not too high as far as Indian context is concerned. Then I started looking at what do you mean by happiness? Happiness is nothing but the kind of pleasure, the well-being, and joy, contentment, etc. There are a lot of things which have been defined. And one thing which caught my attention, then I started looking at, is that happiness? Then the best definition that I could find is happiness is nothing but the difference between the needs and aspirations. Whenever the needs and aspirations are close to each other, happiness index is going to be very high. It means these people are more happy. If the difference is too high, then the happiness index is, or happiness number, whatever the rank that we're going to get, is going to increase. Possibly in the recent past, the aspirations are much higher than the needs in the several countries. Therefore, it's necessary for us to look at that. And the second thing I was trying to look at, what do we get out of this, the hackathon? Is it really required? Then why is it so much of importance or so much of significance being attached to the hackathon? Then I realized hackathon is an event which is going to address 3 important components of the 21st century, or the 21st century skills. One is collaboration, because the students are going to work in a team to hack a problem given to them. Therefore, the collaboration component is being addressed. The second thing that is, within the group, they need to talk to each other. They need to explain the concepts to each other. Therefore, the communication component is being addressed. Therefore, the communication is being taken care of. Then the third thing that I looked at is ultimately what is that we are trying to look at the end of the activity. Probably tomorrow, Sanjay Chitnis is going to make announcement with regards to these. The following are the winners. The following teams have done really well. The winner, the runner, the special mention of the jury, whatever. Whichever project which is going to stand out, it means the creative way of finding a solution. Creative way basically means is a solution with a difference. There may be solution which you are going to provide, which is something different from all the others. Therefore, that's exactly the creative component is being addressed. Therefore, 3 out of 4 skills which are important from the point of the learning skills are addressed in this particular way. Therefore, this event has gained a lot of importance in the recent past. And also it requires the critical thinking, because some kind of thinking is required for finding a solution. I'm sure in the next 1.5 to 2 days, you enjoy every bit of it. Try to find solutions to the problems given and try to see you're happy with what you're going to do. I'm sure you got a glimpse of the kind of expectations in this thing from our chief guest, Mr. Pradeep. He explained really, really well. I'm extremely happy that this event is happening at Diana Sagar University, and happy that Bytes is a part of this event. And I'm also happy that a good number of teams are taking part in this event. And I wish this program all the best, and each one of you all the best. Enjoy the next 1.5 to 2 years. Try to learn something out of that. I think more than anything else, the participation makes a huge difference. And the experience that you get in participating in these events will enhance your ability to solve problems much more creatively in the future. I thank the organizers for inviting me to make this few initial remarks, and also happy to meet our chief guest, Pradeep, on this occasion. Wish all of you best of luck. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for always motivating and encouraging us to organize such amazing events and giving us a platform to showcase our talents. We have all gathered here together for Hack4Happiness Hackathon. I would like to brief you all the participants about the hackathon. If any of the participants have any query regarding the event, you can reach out to us through any media to communicate. We'll be sending out updates about the event we have created. I hope everyone has joined it. We will also be sending out mails for further or any necessary information. We sincerely request all the participants to avoid plagiarism of any kind, such as if such projects are found, we will not qualify them for the judgment. The judgment of the hackathon will happen in 2 levels. In the first level, the participants need to prepare a short video, not exceeding 5 minutes, explaining the idea. It can be a screen recording, a recording of a presentation, or your idea or a video involving you. The idea can be an abstract idea or a prototype or a working model of a solution of the problem. The video needs to be submitted by 1 p.m. on 14th March, that is tomorrow, sharp. The Google Drive link where you need to upload your folders will be submitted to you soon. It will be shared with you shortly. Here among the teams, there will be only 10 teams that will be chosen, and they will move forward to the next round for one-on-one interaction with the panel members. In the second level, you will need to discuss and convince your respective panel members about your idea and importance in bringing someone to join. The teams will shortlisted on your creativity, social impact, and your happiness, elevation, and many more factors. The top 3 teams will be declared as winners in tomorrow's valedictory session. I would now request Professor Ranjita Ma'am, Assistant Professor CSE, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, one and all present here. I, Ranjita G, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Mr. Pradeep Karani, Senior Vice President, Device Engineering Geo, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. We are really very pleased to have you with us, sir. We are thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Chairman BITES, Dr. K.N.B. Murthy, for his constant support for conducting this event. I would extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Srinivasa A., Dean, School of Engineering, Dayanand Sagar University, for extending his support for the event. A special thanks to our beloved Chairman, Dr. Sanjay Chitnis, sir, for his valuable guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. I owe my gratitude to the heads of various departments, teaching and non-teaching staff for their unconditional support, and a special thanks to Mr. Imtiaz sir for his endless coordination for streaming the event online. I thank all the distinguished internal and external judges for accepting our invitations and contributing towards the event. Last but not the least, I thank our organizing committee, all our student volunteers, and all participants from various colleges across Karnataka for their active participation and making this event a resounding success. Finally, I will leave you all with this inspiration quote from Sarvagna. ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞನೆಂಬುವನು ಗರ್ಭದಿಂದಾದವನೇ ಸರ್ವರುಳು ಒಂದೊಂದು ನುಡಿ ಕಲಿತು ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಪರ್ವತವೇ ಆದ ಸರ್ವಜ್ಞ. With this quote, once again, I'll thank all of you for your attention. Hope you all will come up with a great hack for happiness and all the very best for the event. Thank you, one and all.
I would request our chief guest, Mr. Pradeep Karani, to declare the hackathon open, and our Vice Chancellor sir as well.
So please go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a chief guest, I request you to do that, sir.
We declare the Hack4Happiness Hackathon open. It's a great pleasure to do that. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. We declare a Hack for Happiness event open.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And all the best to participants. Happy hacking.
Thank you all so much for joining us here with us. All the participants, I hope all the rules are clear. We'll be sending out further information through the WhatsApp group. So now, if everyone is done, you may exit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
See you.